Now, one thing I've noticed is like the Arsenal players are still on holiday. These guys are playing like they're full. They eat too much turkey. They eat too much stuffing. I don't know what's going. These guys are playing like they're still on holiday. This is not the Arsenal we see. We are accustomed to this season. This is not the Arsenal we've experienced. The grit we've seen from Arsenal this season. This is not it for the last 2 matches. These guys, they want to go home with their families. They want to go and do the New Year's, get the New Year's in. Their mind are on the New Year's fireworks, mate. That's exactly how I feel. Boy, this was embarrassing, man. I feel it for Smith Pro. Yeah. This game was not funny, but this clip was.
Wait, labor.
Top on Christmas Day, 4th and New Year's Eve. This is where we are. Now, a lot of people have been overreacting. I'm not going to be that fan that's going to be overreacting right now. I'm the fan that's going to keep a calm and level head. I hear people saying that we're out the title race. Literally, after a few hiccups, which it was, a few hiccups, yes, we dropped 13 points of a possibly 15. And that's not a good stat. That's not a good stat. And I'm the first to say that, listen, Mikel Arteta needs to improve. I'm the first to say that Mikel Arteta needs to pull his fingers out. And I'm the biggest Mikel Arteta fan you'll meet. And even I'm getting to that stage where I need to see more from the manager. Now, I can't put all the blame on his shoulder. The players need to improve. They need Well, I can't really blame Raya. Raya didn't have much to do that he could have prevented, any goals that he could have stopped, or any mistakes he made in this match. When you go down to Ben White has been shocking for the last about 6-7 matches. Ben White has been shocking. Now, I know some reports came out that he's playing with an injury. Once again, we need cover in these areas. And this is what I'm gonna even go harder at Arteta. If we don't get the signings I'm looking for in January, I'm gonna even go deeper in. As what I'm saying, that he's one of my favorite managers. He's my favorite manager right now. I don't care about Pep. I don't care about Klopp. He's my favorite manager right now. But sometimes I think he's too stubborn. He reminds me like Wenger. Wenger was this, oh no man, we've got enough players, we okay. And you can see that it's not okay. You can see, everyone could see that we're not okay. We need players in certain position. So Mikel Arteta, I believe that he inherited that from Wenger. Because he was his manager. And you look up to him. And I know that most managers have to have this stubbornness in them to continue to play certain style of play when fans criticize. I understand that. But when it comes down to last season, we missed out on top four. We missed out on the Premier League because we didn't have the right squad. We didn't have the right players in the right position. It's going to come. The same thing is going to happen again. Now, one thing what would you say, silver lining in this match? One silver lining. In this last 2 matches against West Ham and against Fulham. I would say that, listen, I'm happy it happened now. I'm happy we're starting to drop points now rather than later. Because last season, we're starting to drop points later on in the campaign, closer to the end of the season. This is what messed us up. I'm happy because take a look at this. Now, I'm not saying that Arteta intentionally lost this match. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that I'm happy that something like this happened, because then it puts more pressure on the board, on Edu, on the owners to get some players in. Now, I don't want to hear nothing about, players are Tony's 100 mil, we could spend money elsewhere. I don't want to hear nothing like that. Spend the money. I understand if there are FFP rules, but then we've got ways to go around that. Now, another thing I want to talk about before I even get into the stats. We need to get rid of these fringe players. Take a look at this stat again. Take a look at this again. Now, I 100% champion this. We need to get rid of Kieran Tierney, when he comes back, sell from loan. Kivio, sell. We need to get that guy. I'm gonna do basically an eye test on that guy from Ajax. That guy that plays, I think his name is Hato or Hajo or something of the sort. He can play left back and he can play left centre back. So we need to get that guy because he's more comfortable on the ball than Kivio. Kivio can't dribble. He can't pass. The only thing he can do is defend. He can't even run. What we do with a guy? Now, Juventus want to buy him. Give him to Juventus. I will give him to Juventus for whatever money they ask for. I will say, here you go, have him. I see his potential, but he's not built for the Premier League. You know, when you see certain players, they're just not built. They'll be good in other leagues. They're just not built for the Premier League. It's too much for them. And he's one of those players. So Kvyat should be gone. Zinchenko, he should be on like reserves. He shouldn't even be number 2. So if we get that guy from Ajax, then he can come and cover that spot until Timber gets back. Now it will be between Timber and that guy fighting for the number 1 position. Zinchenko, I don't want to hear about Zinchenko again. Now for me, Gabriel Magalhaes was one of the best players on the pitch for Arsenal, and so was William Saliba. Yes, they made a few mistakes, but everyone on the pitch made mistakes today. Everyone, even on Fulham's side, and every player in the Premier League will make mistakes at times. But how they recovered well. Yes, for the goals, they got caught out position. One of them was Declan Rice. Declan Rice was the man of the match on an Arsenal perspective, for the Arsenal team. He was the man of the match. Yes, it was him at fault. If I would blame anyone for that second goal, I would blame Rice, because the ball came in. He's marking Paulina. Paulina shrugged him off, make him look like a. And this is it, that they're both in the set. I've done a comparison between Paulina and Georgina and Rice, and they both play the same way. Now, I was so disappointed in Rice. You make that guy he's your like nemesis. He's your nemesis, I should say. He's your rival right now. He plays your position. We're getting linked with him. You should be fighting this guy. There was no fight in the team from the goalkeeper go straight back to the striker. No fight in the team. So Rice should have been tugging on. I see this guy ball just come, he just do a nice little header run. Yes, he deflected off Rice, tapping from Divock Origi. So Rice, that's the only one of the only disappointing thing I've seen it done in the match. Even though the West Ham match and this match is 2 worst matches of the season, and for me it was still the best player on the pitch. That should say something. Now when you take a look at Kai Havertz for me, it was also the second best player for Arsenal on the pitch. Everyone been critical of him. Everyone been criticizing him, but I see what he does. I appreciate what he does on the pitch. I don't blame Kai Havertz for nothing that went wrong. We didn't buy him as a goal scorer. We buy him to chip in on goals sometimes, but we bought him to dominate or control the game, be that ball winner, that instigator high up the pitch. And so far, he's been doing that. Yes, he didn't have the best of game today, but he still played better than everyone else, apart from Rice, for me. Now, when you go to Odegaard, this is what this guy makes me. I'm confused sometimes. I don't know how to feel about him, because 1 week I'm so happy. I'm saying yes, this is my captain. He's playing like a captain role. Other times I'm thinking that should Arteta disrupt this team, because that's another reason why I don't think Arteta should take the armband from Odegaard and give it to Rice, even though everyone knows that Rice deserves it. Because I'm thinking I don't want him to disrupt the team. The team we're gelling, we're playing a certain style of play, everyone looking confident, everyone looking happy, and I don't want him to disrupt the team, I should say. But as far as I can see, the team is already disrupted. I see Gabriel and Rice arguing. I see Gabriel lashing out at Rice arguing back. I'm saying, what's going on? I haven't seen this all season. I didn't even see this last season. Not even when we're starting to drop off home. I didn't see this last season. So I'm starting to pick up certain things that wasn't happening last season, and basically hasn't happened. Haven't been happening from the first match of the season. I don't know what's going on, but something have to give. And I think that if you're gonna take that captaincy off Odegaard, it should be at a time like this, when the team is like this, because we need the captain to pull us out the gutter. And if Odegaard is not doing that, you need to replace him. He's basically playing a role that he shouldn't be in the first place. Yes, he's a good player. We can't take that. He's a great player. We can't take that from him. But to be captain, you have to, when we're having the worst matches, when we're having the worst spell, look at Rice's quote. Look at the quote from Rice. You see that quote? To be fair, I don't know what Odegaard said after the match, and I don't care. I don't want to see nothing from Odegaard. But what Rice said, this is what we need from a captain. Now, yes, as what I said in my first few minutes, that many fans have been overreacting and said it's over. If you take a look at the stats, we're 2 points off the top. 2 points off the top of the league, and most fans are saying it's over already. My own fan base are so annoying. Reactionary FC. We should change our name to Reactionary FC. Once again, I'm angry, I'm disappointed, but I'm not saying that we're gonna miss out on title, we're gonna miss out on top 4. No. All I'm saying is that we should have been playing better against West Ham and against Fulham. But I'm not saying that our season is over. I'm just saying that we need to improve. If we're gonna be going toe to toe, look, even though Liverpool's got a game in hand, Man City is getting back to good form, and Man City also got a game in hand. Even if Man City wins, that's 43 points. That's 4 points off the. That's 3 points off the top. If Liverpool win, that's 5 points off the top. At one point in time, Arsenal was 5 points off the top. Look where we are now. At one point in time, Tottenham was 5 points on the top. Look where they are now. So that's what I'm saying. This league is going to be between 5 teams, and this is what fans need to understand. It's not going to be cut and dry for no team this season. It's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a war. It's going to be a battle between 5 teams to win this Premier League. Now, this is all I'm saying, that we weren't up for that fight today. We were up for the fight on Wednesday, but once again our striking options let us down. We was not up for this fight today. We was not up for it from minute 1 to minute 100. We even got extra minutes and we couldn't even draw the game. Poor. Saka, poor. Martinelli, once again, poor. And Nketiah, he didn't do much. So I can't even judge him. He didn't do much. Everyone was, even the substitution, poor. Arteta couldn't do much because he brought on everyone that he could bring. But once again, we didn't have quality off the bench. We don't have enough quality up top. When Saka ain't playing well, when Martinelli ain't playing well, this is why I say that we need depth. We need depth. We need good, adequate players in the wide position and up top that you could interchange. When Saka is not perfect, he's not going to always have the best match. Martinelli isn't perfect, he's not going to always have the best match. This is when we need players off the bench that could make a difference. But we've got people like, we need to get rid of Reece Nelson. I've seen one match this season. I could say, okay, yeah, man, yeah. This guy, he should not be in our team. Reece Nelson should not be in our team. We should get rid of all these fringe players. Nketiah, Reece Nelson, Kivio, Zinchenko, even Smith Rowe. I love Smith Rowe, but his injury record is poor. Partey, where's Partey? Where's Partey? This guy is back from injury and he's still not in the team. And he's one of our best players. Get rid of him. We need to start being ruthless now. Our club is like a retirement home sometimes. It used to be. Now it's like a childcare. We'll have bare kids from one extreme to the other. From a retirement home to a childcare centre. All of these inexperienced players, and it's like they're getting older and older, and we're still calling them kids. Reece Nelson is old. Get rid of him, man. We need to get better players. Younger players will be performing better than Reece Nelson. And I'm not asking you about that. When you check Cos Dewberry, what, he's 18? He's better than Reece Nelson right now. About 17. No, he's not even 18, about 16, 17. He's better than Reece Nelson right now. There's so much players that we need to get rid of. And this is what I need to see Arteta be ruthless in January. If I don't see this, I'm going to go hard at Arteta. I'm going to be going hard. And I see some players, some fans even saying Arteta out already. Once again, reactionary FC. Reactionary FC. Now, I'm just going to go in a few stats. And I'm getting worked up right now. I'm going to go, I'm sweating. I'm going to go into a few stats. Because we're going to see how we played and how Fulham performed. And let me just get into it. Bassi, once again, as I've been critical of this guy, but I see that there's a player in him. He's just rash. Bassi, it was on them. This guy was playing with Paulino. He was in midfield, hustling and bustling. He played brilliant. I have to give him that. And I hear Fulham fans are saying that he's been shaky all season, but once again, surprise, surprise, he played his best match against Arsenal. No surprise there for me. And if you watch my pre-match interview, I said that I'm scared for this match. It's the same reason, because we played West Ham, they conceded about 30 goals. We couldn't score even one goal against them. Same thing with Fulham. Fulham's conceded over 30 goals, 32 goals, I believe, before we played them. We only scored one. And it was a lucky tap-in. Saka at the back post. Tap-in, lucky. It was not even a good goal. It was anyways, Paulino, absolutely magnificent. He showed up Rice today. I'm never gonna lie, he made Rice look like an amateur. And this is what I'm saying, that if we get Paulino, Rice could play 8. That's our midfield locked down. On lock. No one will be able to beat our midfield. Now, when you take a look at the stats, goals obviously is 2-1. Expected goals 1.2. Fulham's to our 1.4. We look at shots. Fulham had 15. We had 13, which is it's not far off. It's not far off. It shows you that it was an even game. And even Arteta said that, listen, this was our worst performance of the season. Our worst. And I can't disagree. When you take a look at shots on target, Fulham had 8 and we had 3. We had 13 shots and having 3 on target. I keep saying this. Our strikers are poor. They are so poor, atrocious. This guy, Nketiah, he shouldn't be at the club. He shouldn't have been at the club. But Arteta believes in him. So, okay, if Arteta believes in him, let me just give him a blind. Now, one thing I've noticed is like the Arsenal players are still on holiday. These guys are playing like they're full. They eat too much turkey. They eat too much stuffing. I don't know what's going. These guys are playing like they're still on holiday. This is not the Arsenal we see. We are accustomed to this season. This is not the Arsenal we've experienced. The grit we've seen from Arsenal this season. This is not it for the last 2 matches. These guys, they want to go home with their families. They want to go and do the New Year's, get the New Year's in. Their mind are on the New Year's fireworks, mate. That's exactly how I feel. For a fan that loves the club, seeing these players playing like this, it's embarrassing, man. You're having 13 shots against Fulham and having 3 on target. What striker? Anyways, open play shots 10 each. Possession, we had 60 possession compared to theirs 39. What's the point? Like, most of the possession was in the back anyways, at the back. When we went forward, we can't penetrate. No penetration. Weak strokes. We were on the final third. Take a look at the final third. We had 67 compared to their 39 final third entries. Weak penetration. Trying to do through balls, nothing's going in. Nothing. I don't know if I'll be surprised if most of these guys have kids. Weak penetration, nothing going forward. When you take a look at the fuel tilt, 63.4 compared to theirs, 36.6, and there's not. Where's the result? What's there to prove all these stats that we accumulate? Nothing. When you take a look, expected threat created, 2.4 compared to their 1.8. Deep touches, we had 36 compared to theirs 30. Zone 14 touches, we had 15. And that's something compared to their 5. And that's something that I said that we need to improve in zone 14 touches compared to half space. We're normally good at half space. But we see that in this match, zone 14, we had 15. But once again, we can't do nothing. And that's why I'm saying that I love Kai Havertz, but we need another option. When the match is like this, it's stiff, we bring someone else in. We bring a left-sided 8 that can a more intricate player. Douglas Luiz, Zubimendi, these kind of players, right? That can team up with Odegaard and get that final pass in. Because Kai Havertz, as good as he is not that type of player. Progressive passes, we had 33 compared to theirs 32. When they take a look at tackling, they were better than tackling than us. They were better interception. They had 16 interception and their clearances was 24. So you see that they were defending very, very well. Now, when you take a look at this average possession on the pitch, this is another thing I was highlighting, that Saka is playing high forward. Saka was playing the furthest up top. Normally, it's the other way around. Normally, it's Martinelli. For the past few... Well, since the season begun, it's been Martinelli that's been high up the pitch. Saka has been playing the close beside Odegaard. But I wanted to try something different. Once again, it didn't work. Because we want to see our striker in the position where Nketiah is. That's where we want to see our striker. Not where he is playing centre mid. This guy, average position, you're in centre mid for a striker. You should be where that dot is, on the 18 yard. That's where you should be. Understand that our formation is a bit different from other teams. But we're not getting any success. So we need to change our gameplay. We need to change the style of play. So these were the top 5 players in the match. We see Declan Rice at number 1. We see Jimenez at number 2. Divock Origi Reed at number 3. Robinson number 4. Gabriel Magalhaes at number 5. And we got 2 out of 3 players in the top 5, which is not a bad stat considering we lost and considering we were away. But once again, Declan Rice being number 1, and he is Like, he was having his second worst match of the season, and he's still not. That tells you how poor everyone else was. That shows you. So one thing I noticed was that Arteta was so nervous. Arteta was nervous before the match, and he was nervous after the match. And I don't know if that's something to look into. Like, are the boards getting tired of him? Are the boards saying something like negative? What's going on? Why does he look so nervous? I don't know. So Fulham dealt with us tight. They marked us tight. Bassi was one of the main instigators. They mark us tight. Paulina, another instigator. They mark us tight. Gave us a little budge. We fall over like even a breeze could come and blow us over. Saka, man, Saka, he tried, but I don't know. Saka, you need to try something else. Everyone was so poor. So that's the video, guys. Disappointed. Very, very disappointed fan right here. Angry, because I could see this coming. From we lost against West Ham, I could see this coming. I said it. But I just don't. I'm not the fan that like to give negative predictions about my team. But I felt it. like it's a 2-0 loss. At least we got a little lucky goal. I felt it like another 2-0 loss. But we got 20 days break right now in the Premier League. Yes, we're going to play in the FA Cup against Liverpool. I don't really care about that, to be fair. I don't really care about that. If we won, fair enough. If we lose, I don't care. My focus is on the Premier League and the Champions League right now. Because we need to go for a bigger title. I don't want to be winning FA Cup. Because when you win the FA Cup, this might get the board and the owners thinking, oh yeah, we're progressing. We need to win a major trophy. That's the Premier League or the Champions League. And we need to get some signings under. We need about 3 signings in January. 3 signings by the end of January. So that's a very, very good position. That's a very good window for us to settle, reset. Hit the reset button. Right? Hit the reset button. Change. Arteta, fix up the team. Do what you need to do. We're going to get a lot of players back. Hopefully we get Timber back. Crossing fingers. I don't think we will. But hopefully we get Timber back. Or we sign adequate replacement. Get rid of Kivio. Get rid of all these fringe players. That's not good enough. And bring in some quality that will be on the bench. Bring in a winger. Bring in a striker. Bring in a centre mid. Bring in a left back. We need about 3, 4, 5, even 5 players. We need them. If we can't sign all of them permanently, just get some on loan. And that would be good enough for me. Until the end of the season. Then we do some surgery. We do some deep surgery. And get to the root cause of these poor performances. And fix whatever needs fixing. So that's the video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Help me on my journey to 1,000 subs. Catch you in the next video. Goodbye.